Classic hit nope. Oh, he did it. Oh, no. I tried to warn. Okay, so rolling into this one, 18-second handicap. No big deal. Yeah, that's classic. I feel like everyone's done that. Yeah, there's your meme. Yeah, I've done it. I've seen everyone do it. You're in a flurry of setting up, and it's moved to nope, and you have to reset the names. Just one of those days. It's all right though. It's not much, to be honest, really. But yeah, welcome to the series. This is round 2 coverage. My name is Temple. We have a battle of the Titans here. Two top dogs. First and second ranked glitchless runners, world record, and second place. So I expect to see a good one here. Ultimoice is ranked 3rd in the Super Series. Falexxx ranked 19th. But both these guys on top of their game. The winner of this match is going to face the winner of Rin, aka Ryan, in the Penguinator match. Yeah, we've got about an 18-second handicap here. We'll see how it affects things throughout. Whoa, Netty. Ultimo going for the bread roll. I hope it doesn't get stolen. Dow's got this. It's all good. It's all part of the plan. So I'm gonna get a knock on the door from our neighbor Pokey. I'm gonna advance some storyline here. We'll be getting into the action just as soon as Ness is out of his PJs. Just kind of your standard RPG storyline building in the first few minutes of the game. Look at that, just like that, the racers are not even too far apart here. So what we're going to see is outside here, the game's going to kind of run you through like an intro tutorial to, you know, the battle schemes you're going to see throughout the run, and we're going to see a few enemies out here that, you know, these guys are going to try to avoid, but sometimes you can't avoid it. You might get into a fight, so we'll see what they get here. You kind of use the trees and the edges of the cliffs as, you know, barriers, and if you know enemy movement, you can kind of work your way around. Those crows have a chance to run away based on your level, and it's just mostly an RNG thing. There's no real way to control that. Yeah, Ultimo did grab the bread roll. That's probably the difference there. That's what it was. So sometimes those crows will swing at you, sometimes they'll swing away. It's hard to really tell sometimes. Ultimo makes his way up. Looks like Falexxx is going to clear a path as well. Ultimo gets the judgmental snake. He's going to gaze upon the acquisition of Picky. So no fights. Good hill from both racers. Nice dodges, nice use of the environment to get around those enemies and read their movement. Good hill. So Falexxx still has to grab his bread roll here, so we'll kind of see that difference get spread out again. It's a proper hustle. So we're coming up to the first boss fight of the game. It's very scripted. You can't die in a speedrun setting. It's not going to happen. You just auto fight and hope for decent damage from Buzz. That's really all there is to it. It's kind of one of the early things that's just you either get bad damage or you get good damage. It either goes fast or goes slow. Buzz is the main damage dealer here. 58 for the first attack on Ultimo. It's pretty low. Starman has about 200 HP. Both getting freeze. Okay, 127 for Falexxx. Good stuff. So the Starman can cast fire, freeze, he can defend, or that's pretty much it. Buzz is always going to put up a shield. Buzz's actions are scripted. Let's see what the second damage was for Ultimo, but it was 2 cycle for Falexxx. The races are about even. Falexxx just kind of getting a slightly better Starman fight. So here we see the Minch family living in the lap of poverty. This is what was considered poverty in the 90s. And Larden's going to smash her best friend here, and we're going to get a nice long story. That's kind of the first of many points where the game kind of trolls you into listening. You have to kind of answer specifically yes or no. And if you just kind of mash through it, it's just going to endlessly go through. And just kind of making sure you're paying attention. In this game, if you mash A and L, that'll automatically be yes. If you mash B and select, it's automatically no. So you kind of just choose one or the other in that long text. First section you're doing L and A, second section you're doing B and select. It'll be fun. Ultimo getting a little bit Oh, pincered by dogs. Not a huge deal. Just kind of eat. He's gonna eat up some time for him here. Not too much he could do there. Game just threw a pincer at him. Might get an extra healing item out of this. Nope. Okay, we got a little level, so that's gonna help make Pokepunk a little safer. You see Falexxx here, grabbing the Mr. Baseball cap. We're gonna use that in a shopping sequence coming up. Now Falexxx doing a little bit of minute movement there. My suspicion levels have raised quite a bit. So what essentially they're going to do here is buy a bat, buy a cap. Selling the Mr. Baseball cap is going to give them enough money to get that bracelet. It's going to net them a little more defense for their money. I see Falexxx taking specific movements there, kind of avoiding some spawn tiles. This first Pokepunk fight can be a little scary, depending on if he charges every turn. We got turn 1 charge. I imagine we're going to see a heal or a smash. Falexxx knows that smash can just pass him right through. He doesn't have to heal. He can get right through there. So that smash was very fortunate. Going for the fruit juice. Big fan of that fruit juice. Ultimo going for the auto fight. Looks like it'll serve him well. Most fights here, you'll either see an auto fight or just bash it through. These next couple fights are pretty straightforward. They're not too bad in comparison to the first one. You kind of just want to push yourself above like 25, 30 HP for this Yes Man Jr. fight. Another smash from Falexxx. My suspicion levels have raised further. No, I'm just kidding. So we're going to see the Frank fight here. Typically you're just going to bash heal. That's the standard setup to this fight, because Frank's going to hit you hard. So you got to be healing up every other turn, or else he's just going to kill you. Looks like, yeah, they're okay. So both racers kind of having what you typically see for a Frank fight. If you don't die, it's just kind of, knife attacks, heal, knife attacks, back and forth. Frankenstein's fairly scripted. This fight's super safe compared to Frank. He's gonna have a turn waste every other turn, and then he's gonna attack you in between. So you know what's coming. It's easy to prepare. You have a turn to heal if you need to. So there we go. 1401 for Ultimo. Falexxx had a miss in there. He's gonna go for the heal. There we go. About 9 seconds between racers. Really nothing in the grand scheme of things. All it came down to was Falexxx just had a miss on one of those Frankenstein turns. So we're gonna get a free heal from Frank here. Sometimes you can skip this heal. If you get lucky, you get a lot of smashes. Uses up a couple burgers. You can skip this heal, but typically you just take it. It's free. So it's one and done this far in the tournament. I'm not too sure how risky the racers are going to take this. I mean, I imagine they'll both just follow their instincts. They're both extremely skilled runners in this game, so their instincts will serve them well. But you don't want to just blow it in brackets. So I'm sure we'll see some interesting stuff from these guys. Just not too sure of the risk factor. So we'll see both racers kind of stock up on some hamburgers here. These are primarily for the Titanic Ant fight, though. If you have a good Titanic Ant fight, you can use these for the cop fights as well. You can do on it without these burgers. They're definitely a safety, but your chances of getting through are just plummet if you don't have these burgers. Because Titanic Ant fight can just go so poorly a lot of the time. We'll stock up on some burgers here, and we're gonna hit Giant Step, hit our first level grinding of the race. Nice little text skip there on that shack. If you hit the door correctly, you won't get the text telling you it's locked. You can just use the key and it'll unlock the door. You just gotta line up with that tree. So the magic number here is 22 slugs. Oh, and Ultimoice just getting a great intro here. 2 packs of 4. And Falexxx also getting 2 packs of 4, so good stuff for both racers here. I was gonna put them both at 8 of 22. What 22 slugs is gonna give us is level 8. What level 8 is gonna give us is enough offense to one-shot, hopefully enough offense to one-shot Antoids and rockin' for Titanic Ant. Level 8 is plumb necessary. Back in the day, runners would even take it to level 10. Even level 9 you'll see sometimes, but 8 you can do it. So Ultimoice going to try to farm his 12 slugs here. Another 4-pack. This bottom floor is a great place to farm slugs. It doesn't always work out, but it's pretty much only rats and slugs that can spawn down here. Falexxx going to move a little further left for his spawn tiles. Oh, Ultimoice gets his 12. Okay. So this is kind of where you see a fork in the road with as far as like people's approach to Giant Step. When they get to 12, sometimes they'll stay on the bottom, try to hit that, 16 to 22, or they'll move on to floors 2 and 3. We'll see what the racers do here. There's various spawn tiles throughout the first floor here. Oh, okay, there's this 16, perfect. Various spawn tiles throughout the first floor here, and you can kind of work around them and utilize them with your movement in hopes of getting slugs. Okay, Falexxx is gonna get, I believe is it 12 or 16? We'll see what level he gets here, if at all. But that's Ultimoice 16th for sure. Looks like he's gonna move on. Probably try to get the 6-pack on the 3rd floor. Okay, so that's 12 for Falexxx. He just hit level 7. Looks like he's gonna go for the next 4 on the second floor. He's gonna get them. Paid off immediately. So he's gonna be tied up with Ultimo here in terms of the amount of slugs they fought. Ultimo's gonna be looking for a 6-pack of slugs that can spawn on the 3rd floor. He probably doesn't. Okay, he's gonna take this 4. Just take what he can get. Slug's a slug. Falexxx is gonna look for that same 6-pack that Ultimo was looking for. I'll see what Ultimo does here, if he tries to go for the 6-pack or if he just fights, like tries to get an ant in a slug or a rat in a slug. I'm not sure what he'll do here, or just go for the 6-pack. I'm not sure. It's looking like he's testing the waters, seeing what he's got here. Doesn't like what he sees. Looks like he's trying to get another 4-pack. He's got it. Beautiful. So this is going to be level 8 for Ultimo. There's a couple slugs over, but it's, we'll take it. Yeah, we got to get on the Earthbound Craft Beer Company. 6-pack of slugs. So Ultimo hits level 8 here. Let's see what he gets for offense. 3. I don't believe that's going to put him in the range he wants to be. You want 24 offense. I believe that's going to be, okay, 23, yeah. You pretty much either have 19 or 20 at level 7. It's not guaranteed, obviously, but that's typically what you'll see. Ultimo is just trying to despawn. He doesn't want to fight anything else. He's going to just try to get these enemies out of here. And Falexxx having a tough time with slugs too, so he's just going to take what he can get. And oftentimes, this is kind of what happens entering floor 3, is once you've hit level 8, you just end up despawning more than you'd want to. Ultimo gets through. These butterflies are going to give him 20 psychic points. It's a guaranteed butterfly spawn here. You can actually respawn it until your heart's content. Ultimo knows that's going to fill him up. These are guaranteed antoids up here for him, so he's going to despawn until he gets a favorable position here. He's going to try to stutter his way around it, and he does. Good stuff. This is a technique you see throughout the run, using stutter steps to manipulate enemy movement and get right around them. That's some very nice stutter steps from Ultimo. Basically what's happening is the enemies are reading your movement frames, and they read in a cycle, and if you move off the cycle, like it's every like 4 frames or something, they just won't see your movement. Ultimo getting a forced fight there. But it's not every enemy that reads it that way, it's only certain ones. You saw some of it from there, from Falexxx as well. Falexxx also has 23 offense, you saw him check there. Let's see how the Titanic Ant fight goes for Ultimo. Typically you're just trying to rockin' out here. Did not work, that is unfortunate. Ant's got about 235 HP. Rockins typically do about 70 damage, 76 there. So Ultimo's got an uphill battle here. He's at about 90. So the strategy for Ant here is just stay alive. He's got several move sets. A lot of them are to attack you. So you kind of just, again, just survive, bash and heal as best you can. Oh, that dodge from Titanic Ant. Okay, so we have side-by-side ant fights here. 113 for Falexxx. That's a real high damage roll. Almost max. 59. Oh, okay, Ultimo gets out alive. I didn't see the end of that one. Falexxx using the rolling HP there, getting himself a heal in before he died. Good stuff. So Ant's got a shield. But Ant's about 170 damage done, 180. I want to say, I don't know the exact number. So Falexxx just has to attack in his shield. He's actually getting lucky here. A lot of dead turns. Shield's gone. Wow, tons of dead turns. Boom. Good stuff. Yeah, I missed a lot of the middle of Ultimo's Ant fight, so I guess no shields were put up, which is great. No shields, you're doing anywhere of 20 to 25 damage, as opposed to like half of that. So those shields are pretty crippling, but Ultimo luckily didn't get any put up. Unfortunate the first rocket missed, but he worked his way out of it. Yeah, I was looking at that HP value. Oh, and Death Warp. Looks like Falexxx just gonna go for a butterfly here. Cookie drop. Let's see. Ultimo does not need more burgers. He's gonna go straight to cops. Falexxx gonna pick up this butterfly. I imagine he's gonna force the spawn. So Ultimo entering the cop fights here. You're gonna have to fight 4 cops and then Captain Strong himself. All the cops are really gonna do is either hit you normally or they're gonna crush and chop you. Crush and chops hurt. It's a higher hit damage. It's usually in the 30s. So the general rule of thumb with these fights is just keep your head above water. 55, 60 HP. Just bash these guys out. So Ultimo's at 60, bashes into that, no problem. Gets the chops again. The ultimate goal here is to get to Captain Strong with 20 psychic points, if you can. So just so you can rock in him twice. So you're going to kind of manage your psychic points as you go through these cop fights. Falexxx also not needing any more burgers, so he's going to go straight for cop. Sometimes you'll see people pick up some extra burgers if you need it. These cop fights can definitely kill you, so you want to have enough burgers for sure. I don't know if I can explain that blue swirl. I mean, I can explain the difference between swirls, but I don't know how you got that blue. Maybe that's why you're asking me to explain it. That was cop 3 or 4 for Ultimo. I want to say it was cop 3. Yeah, it was. Okay. So cop 4 here, you kind of want to play your cards right. It's the fight you're going to be going into Strong immediately afterwards. So you want to kind of set yourself up to have pretty high HP by the time this fight is over. So you kind of see runners take this fight a little more cautiously, just so that they stay perfect. Ultimo's at 82 HP for Captain Strong. Very high, very safe. So even if Captain Strong hits with like a crit or something opening move, he can still potentially get out a life up. So Strong hitting for 40 there. Ultimo's gonna get that rockin'. Oof, hopefully this does enough damage to kill Strong. Okay, it did. It was very good stuff from Ultimo. He got kind of trolled from Strong there, but it worked out for him. Sub 30-minute on it, which is very strong pace. So really the main difference here in the racer's times was just kind of those troubles Falexxx ran into heading up a giant step. So Falexxx heading into the strong fight. Falexxx wisely going for a heal first turn. Worked in his favor. Cap strong. Okay, nice miss. He's very swingy today. He's got a lot of movesets that... Wow, jeez. Alright. I promise that Captain Strong has movesets where he doesn't attack, but all he did was attack both racers. So Falexxx really only just about a minute behind here, so not a big deficit. So you see the racers going to the department store here, grab some cash. They're going to do a save, which is set up for a death warp later. Just gonna do some story advancement through Tucson here. On a casual playthrough of this game, when you come into Tucson, you'll notice there's two kids here, both of whom you can invest in. One of them is going to serve you better than the other. Falexxx going for an exit mouse here. That's just glitchless muscle memory kicking in, or if he's going to use that later. But you don't need the exit mouse in Boogie %. Wow, on that wall of mushrooms. Probably go for that butterfly, yeah. There's a ton of butterfly spawn tiles throughout the next few areas, so instead of going to a hotel, wasting a bunch of text and cutscenes and door transitions, we'll just get the butterflies, heal up, since there's so many of them throughout the next few areas. So you see Falexxx here going to the department store. He's gonna take out a bunch of money, call his dad, and set up a save. This kind of serves two purposes. Mainly, like I said, for the death warp, which will be coming post Car Painter. But also if you just happen to die before any of, killing Car Painter and getting through Happy, instead of going all the way back to On It, you'll just go back to Tucson here. Typically doesn't happen, but it can. So Ultimo triggering the iron pencil statue above here. You don't actually have to see the pencil for the game to trigger the next sequence in the game. The game just has to load it into memory, and we know exactly where that threshold is. So we just kind of hit that line and get this trigger, which is going to be a phone call from the applicator for Ultimo. Falexxx channeling his inner Taoism with his character name. No, you don't have to actually go up to it and look at it. We'll see. Just keep an eye on Falexx's screen. I'll point it out when we get there. But yeah, there's a point where the game just loads it in. You don't really have to see it. It's just that it's enough off the screen that the game loads it, and you can get the trigger. So as speedrunners, we kind of dug in and found out exactly where that line is. We just hit that. It was just enough to get the trigger. So watch Falexx's movement closely coming up here over these next few areas. He's going to despawn here, but as he comes up to the next bend, he's just going to kind of move up and bounce right back down south. Boop. runs back down. So that was the spawn point for the pencil. And so the game loaded the pencil. Falexxx wisely is gonna wait there, let that swing over. So the game has loaded it. You just didn't see it, and so the trigger is activated. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the game is loading and unloading things on and off screen, or off screen mainly. It's part of like the despawning and stuff. So Ultimo's going to make his way through Peaceful Rest Valley here. We're calling it PRV from here on out. Notoriously difficult part of the run. A lot of tricky spawns, a lot of just tons of spawn tiles everywhere. The game pincers you quite a bit in here. So you gotta kind of work your way through very carefully. Lots of despawning. You're just trying to avoid as many fights as possible here and just get through without having to despawn too much. But pretty much everything in here can kill you. You can get through it, but it's a time loss. Take the fights, potentially death. These UFOs are tough. I'm getting some really hairy fights here. Good strategy here. You see Ultimo kind of staying to the left of the landmass here. The point of that is to get the game to spawn enemies to the left across that water in hopes of having no spawns to the right here, which you see Ultimo gets. So very, very heads-up movement there from Ultimo. He has to step on Snack. Toison! So Ultimo's gonna pick up some weapon upgrades here. We'll see if he gets some healing items. I'm not sure how he's doing with inventory. But there is some stuff he can grab to the left here that's gonna help him out. We'll see if he grabs it or not. Yep, he's gonna grab a croissant or two. Croissant. These will just kind of be for safety to get through Happy Village. And we'll see Falexxx on the left making his way through PRV, just as we saw Ultimo do. Ultimo in Happy Village here. He's really just got to avoid cultist fights here. You cannot run away from cultist fights, so you just avoid them at all costs. The game is scripted. The cultists as bosses, they're flagged as bosses because they're in boss fights, especially this upcoming one for Ultimo. So you can't run away from any of them, so you really just avoid them at all costs. But you have to take this fight here after the shack. Standard strategy for this fight outside the shack is just rocking. That's why we got all those butterflies earlier. So we'll see Ultimo probably just rocking twice here, depending on his RNG, and hopefully take out that crow in the process. The crow is pretty hard to hit. Its speed is very high for where you are in the game. Rockin' has a chance to miss based on speed. Low roll. Okay, actually got the crow. Nice. Great PRV movement from Falexxx as well. Both runners, just showing what they know of the game and really, using their skills. Great movement through PRV from both racers. Yes, Ultimo's going to avoid those cultist fights. Doesn't want to take those. Sometimes you can get a butterfly. Oh, he gets it. I wonder if he's going to go for it. Nope. Okay. It probably despawns anyway. He's got a cultist up there. Sometimes you get butterflies here. They can be very helpful, but that one was just way too out of reach for Ultimo. It was wise of him to avoid it. So another unskippable fight here for Ultimo. This fight, again, pretty straightforward. You're just going to bash it out unless he calls for help, in which case you'll probably rock in just to get the fight over with. Okay, failed call for help. That's good. Another failed call for help. No one wants to help this guy out today. He must have made some people mad in the break room because there's all these cultists, and this dude called for help and no one showed up. No one likes that guy. So Ultimo going up against Car Painter here. Again, this fight is scripted. Not as obvious as the earlier ones would seem, but this fight is scripted. We do know what's coming. It's a cycle of movements. Let's see what Ultimo gets here. He knows how to plan ahead. He knows what's coming. Really, you're just looking for lightning attacks to reflect here. That's your main source of damage. It's a 1 in 4 chance for that lightning to come through. Ultimo gets it. Nice. Ooh, okay. Car Painter's dead. Very, very nice Car Painter fight for Ultimo. So before I could even explain it, those lightnings have a 25% chance to get cast based on characters in your party, 25% per character. So since you just have Ness, it's a 1 in 4. Ultimo got that 1 in 4 back to back at a very opportune time. Got some good damage rolls too. There you go. Yeah, cultist fights are flagged as a boss fight in the game, so it's kind of just an oversight from the programmers, and they just didn't remove the flag for other overworld cultists, so you can't run from any of them. There's several of those enemies in the game that you just can't run from. Slimy little piles because they're a boss in Thread Cave. Cops because they're scripted as a boss fight on it. Sentry robots in Monotoli building, which we won't see in this run. But yeah, there's a bunch of just fights you'll never run from ever. I'll see what kind of cultist fight Falexxx gets here, or sorry, Car Painter fight. My mistake. Ultimo is going to go for his Death Warp here, probably off the mole. I didn't see what his HP was after Car Painter. Ultimo is going to head towards his Death Warp, sending him back to Tucson. As we check out what Falexxx is going to get here. Okay, gets 1 lightning there. Nice damage. 9 HP, so he's going to heal. Okay, Car Painter's close to dead here. He might even be able to bash it out. Okay, Ultimo going for the Mole Death Warp. Oh, Falexxx going for Cookie Strats, very nice. Good stuff. Oof, these lightnings, brutal. Yeah, Car Painter got his life up off. Okay, there's 1 lightning. Boom, perfect. And Falexxx is at pretty low HP. So not ideal. It took more turns than I'm sure he wanted. But he's through alive. Ultimo getting kind of trolled by the mole here, as happens. Okay, he's got that Death Warp. So what we'll see here is back in Tucson, both racers saved in department store. And so what it's going to do is going to warp them right back to that save, and boom, don't have to walk to Tucson. There's a hospital right here. We're going to heal Paula. You actually can't trigger the next storyline advancement if Paula's dead, so she has to be alive here. No, I think this is it for the night. Def Bam. There was one before this. We went kind of back to back here. I see Falexxx kind of just dropping those defensive items there. He won't be needing those at all for the rest of this particular category. So he just kind of dumps them off, and it's going to drop his defense for this Death Warp. Yeah, Paula's fine. She's fine. She only became a ghost once. We brought her back. This Falexxx going for his Mole Warp. He's got really nice HP. Ooh, and a gut save for Paula. Unfortunate. That's the one spot you don't want to see a gut save. Okay, so he gets Ness at least. That's good. You want Ness to go first. Oh, perfect. Nice Death Warp. So Ultimo is going to kind of run into the first of many Runaway 5 bailout situations that we run into in this game. So we get a nice little break here. First little input break in the run. This run's nice if you do the whole thing. There's a couple several-minute breaks, which is nice. A lot of them involving these band shows. Sub hype. Definitely not the Blues Brothers. So again, just more RPG stuff, JRPG stuff. We got action followed by story advancement, followed by action, followed by story advancement. Little sandwich here. Yeah, you'll notice the guy on keyboards isn't actually in the band. That's apparently how the creators of Mother 2 and Earthbound feel about keyboard players. He's the house guy. He's not actually in the band. You'll see as Ultimo goes in the back room here. He won't actually be in the band. Even though he's not in the band, he's at every show, in every sequence in this game. We're going to see Ultimo do a very specific movement here, leaving the theater. He'll be avoiding a photo trigger here, which you probably saw in the last race if you watched it. He's got kind of a Paul Schaefer look to him. So again, Earthbound lore here. If you try to walk to Threed after getting to Tucson in like a casual playthrough, if you were to just walk down here, which is a very long walk, there's some ghosts in the tunnel here from Threed that'll just scare you back into Tucson. But since you're rocking out with the Runaway 5 in their tour bus, you'll see the ghosts here and they just can't do anything. Can't rock too hard. the infamous Reach to Read. So you're gonna see Ultimo kind of enter the graveyard section of the game. You kind of go in and out of here. The first part of the run here, it's a pretty volatile little area. Just a spot you gotta watch out for. A ton of nasty spawns in here. And again, because it's a speed run, we're super under leveled. It's really tough to fight anything in here. It's pretty much anything can kill you. Sadly, no Venus run, but if you want to see a Venus run, I definitely recommend checking out the any of the weekly Earthbound glitchless races or any of the various runs. There's usually somebody speedrunning Earthbound at any given moment. Rip Doggo on Falexx's screen. But yeah, this is just a introduction run, first quarter of the game. Similar to like Magus percent and similar Paladin percent. It's just too long of a game to do a quick like tournament style race system. Run is typically anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. It's just too long. And the any percent glitch category is just not really raceable, not very race friendly. Kefka and Arsh, yep, I participated in that one. That was a fun one. So Ultimo entering Winter Series, gonna get the third party member, Jeffrey. Oh, that Star Trek reference, nice. And Falexx kind of getting one of those, what we call bad graveyard. He's gonna pop that skip sandwich. Get himself through here real quick. Again, just with those zombie triggers, you don't have to go straight up to them. You just have to reach a certain spot and they'll react to you. So Jeff is a very polarizing character within the community. If you watch enough Earthbound speedruns, you'll kind of get both sides of it. You'll see people running Earthbound and cursing Jeff up and down and telling you he's the worst character. In other streams, you'll see him and it'll be nothing but praise and joy and love for Jeff. So. Personally, I am not a Jeff fan. Some people reserve judgment until they start running. I respect that. So equipping these items here, it's not only helpful for the upcoming section, you just kind of have to get those items and you won't be able to leave the school if you don't grab that stuff. At least one of those things. I think it's the gun. You don't have to equip it, but we got them. Let's equip them. We got quite the dynamic duo here with Jeff and Bubble Monkey. As polarizing as Jeff is as a character, we all kind of have a common ground with Bubble Monkey. Bubble Monkey's terrible. He's wanted for crimes against EB speedrunners. And yeah, none of us like the monkey. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say like, "Hey man, you know, quit blaming the monkey. This thing is just a mess." So typically my barometer for a good paced run here is a sub 1 hour Tessie. If you're on sub 1 hour Tessie pace, you're on a really good early game pace here. And Ultimo getting that by quite a bit. So great pace for Ultimo. And here we have the legendary Tessie, very beloved. Can we get some hype for Tessie in the chat? Good old Tessie. Wow, that task talk from Falexxx. Good stuff. I want to find the guy or girl who designed Tessie. Shake their hand. So we're gonna see Ultimo heading a brick road here. The first fight with the protoplasm can be a little tough. We've taken no fights here. Jeff is level 1. It's just faster to do it that way. Obviously, just don't fight stuff, and it'll be fast. But what that turns into here is a very vulnerable Jeff to this first fight. You have about 30 HP. These protoplasms are going to be hitting for upwards of 10, if not more, sometimes less. So 3 hits and you're done. We'll see how this fight goes here for Ultimo. Damage is good. And that dodge is not good. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad of a protoplasm fight. Oh, 2 Tessies. What's better than 1 Tessie but 2? And Ultimo going for duck skip here. He's trying to get a good setup. Duck's sort of cooperating. Okay, there we go. He's got it. That's a free duck skip right there. Boom. No fight the duck. He's gonna try to skip this protoplasm here in a similar fashion. Bubble Monkey does not cooperate. As the trumpets blare for Tessie. So not a bad brick road for Ultimo. No deaths, got a duck skip. Good stuff. Now he's heading into Pond Cave. Aptly named because it has a small pond inside a cave. There's another area. We're going to see a lot of exploits with this stutter stepping. We'll see what kind of spawns Ultimo gets here. I see some stutter steps from Ultimo here. Nice intro. Ooh, very nice spawns for Ultimo, or lack thereof, I should say. Typically, these first couple sections of this room are pretty spawn heavy. Yep, that tiny little pond that Ultimo just walked by. Falexxx going for a duck skip, but Monkey just not having it. Yeah, Ultimo very good at reading the edge of the screen and actually reading lag a lot of the time. I can tell if there's going to be spawns on the edge of the screen there. Let's see what this mushroom does. Okay, walks right by. That was right outside the aggro radius. Those mushrooms have just kind of a circle around them that if once you enter they'll aggro, but if you're outside the circle they won't come near you. And Ultimo with the heads up move and worked right around it. Falexxx getting second proto skip, good stuff. Monkey cooperated with that one. A nice intro to Pond Cave for Falexxx. Always nice when you don't see spawns there. So much thinking. Falexxx with some of the better stutters you're going to see out of any runner. Good stuff from him. Falexxx has kind of set the bar as to what good stutter stepping is. He's kind of the original guy who just was always just so good at them. You wanna learn how to stutter. Watch how Falexxx does it, or Yuna. So Ultimo on the next big cutscene here, heading back to Threed. And Falexxx getting some nasty spawns here. See if he can stutter his way past these ones. Yeah, just great stuttering. There's the pond for the cave. And Ultimo making his descent back into Threed. It's kind of be the final stage of the race. All he's really going to do here is fight the Boogie Tent. Things can definitely go haywire. He's not in the clear quite yet, but I'm sure he'll handle it with that veteran resolve that he's got. Here we actually get to hear Skyrunner music, quite popular amongst the crowd, the Earthbound crowd. Ultimo getting that tech skip, very nice. Saves frames there. Let's see if he grabs his teddy bear here. He will. Teddy bear's just a little safety for Tent. Tent can attack, and that bear is going to have a chance to block for each character. Let's see how this Boogie Tent fight goes for Ultimo. I know for sure we're going to see a BBR to Jeff. We'll see what Ultimo is going to choose for Ness and Paula. Defend BBR. Tried and true. Let's see what we get for damage here after BBR. 351's kind of low. We're going to try to rock in and bottle rocket our way out of this one. Ooh, no worky. Jeff, please. So we're going to have to rely on Rockins here to get out of this. Rip Paula. That's actually good if he wins the fight. He's relying on Rockins here. Bear did not block. Okay, he's got him. Good stuff. So he's actually going to save time on level ups here, which is good. But Ultimo is going to take this one. Official time will be once he grabs the fly honey out of the trash can. I did assume the bear's job. And there you have it. Ultimo finishes with an official SRL time of 107.28. Very strong time. Anything sub 110 is quite remarkable. Good stuff. So if you're into Earthbound, you want to see more speedruns, I recommend following Earthbound on Twitch, just the game itself, and checking out speedrun.com/Earthbound. Plenty of resources on there. Check out your favorite runners, and always tons of runs going on if you're interested. We do the weekly race every Sunday, full glitchless. And yeah, we're always more than happy to help out, to get helpy. I think we're gonna see a little ghost dance here from Ultimo. A little ghost tango. Very helpy, so helpy. And yeah, there's lots of races still to come. We're just in the second round of brackets here, so plenty of action here on Speed Gaming. Thanks to Fiesel for having us, as always. Alright, Falexxx is going to take down the tent. GG's to Falexxx. Well fought race. GG's to both runners. Be sure to follow the runners. Both these guys, absolute top of the top tier of skill in Earthbound, so definitely worth a follow. These guys are great. Looks like Falexxx is going to finish with a time of 1:10.09. And there you have it. Congrats to both racers. Thanks everybody for watching. I don't believe there's anything coming up immediately following this, so probably gonna shoot a host.
Well, Gal certainly dug around the trash can this run. With my tire exploding and a 2-hour commute, I did better than expected. Start
All
lining
right.
up. Nep. I have Nep on the brain.
So yeah, I don't think there's a race immediately following this. I think we're gonna shoot a host over to the other speed gaming channels. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the race. Definitely tune in next time.
That was my first
We got more of these races
stream
coming,
series without
and
a doubt.
yeah, we'll see you all next time.
All right, I'm gonna cut the stream. I'll see y'all this weekend.